All right. So Zenless Zero dropped this dev talk, like early in the morning last night. I was actually working. I was actually working. I didn't get home until like a couple hours ago. I'm about to check this in right now. I'm assuming this is like a developers update type situation because we're getting close to the 2.0 of Zenless Zero, which a lot of people are hyped for. A lot of people like to say that the Weather Waves 2.0 raised the standard, which it did, but I do think that the Weather Waves 2.0 was severely overhyped. It didn't. I don't think it really. I don't think much of the game really changed in 2.0. I mean, the flying was great and everything, but and there were improvements, but I don't think it was the revolution that people were acting like were saying that it was. Um, and I don't think that's gonna happen for Zenless Zero either. But I'm excited for 2.0. Now I'm assuming this is like once like I said before, I do think this is probably going to be developers update of things that they're going to work on to improve the game. So I guess my things that I hope that they're going to address in this dev talk, the things that I hope that they're going to address is the first thing being the power creep situation, which Zenless Zero doesn't really have a lot of power creep. It does have power creep, but it doesn't really have that much. Um, I mean, I say it doesn't have that much, but like really, realistically, the only character that has so much power creep is Miyabi. But the disparity between Miyabi and Ellen is so high that it's like, like even someone who loves this game, right? Because I like Zenless Zero more than Wuthering Waves. I do. I play this game more than Wuthering Waves. I enjoy it more than Wuthering Waves, right? And I can flat out say Miyabi was the worst thing they ever did to this game. It was. It is the worst thing they ever did to this game. She is way too fucking broken. She trivializes all the combat. It's like it's almost like you feel worse using anyone other than her because she's just so fucking broken. And I hope they understand this and they don't make any character stronger than her. Or like I really hope they don't. Um, but that's just neither here nor there at this point. It is what it is. She's in the game at this point. My hope is they just uh start buffing older characters, start looking at older characters and making those work. Um, Another thing that I think needs to happen is Zenless Zone Zero, which is something that I've said that Genshin needs to do, like Genshin needs to do, and Wuthering Waves needs to do as well because Wuthering Waves doesn't do this as well. I really hope Zenless Zone Zero does this as well. I really hope Zenless Zone Zero does this, which is they need to update the main story every fucking patch. Like they need to update the main story every patch, and then they can have their happy-go-lucky fun time event alongside the main story update because there really is just no reason why that can't be a thing, right? Well, especially with Genshin, that is such a story-driven game. Which, look, I know people don't like hearing it, but I do like the lore of Genshin. I do. I like the lore and story of Genshin. The storytelling is ass, but I do like it. I know people want to say, "Oh, why the fuck do you just why the fuck do you just play Wuthering Waves?" Well, I can play both, so shut the fuck up. I like both, right? Like Wuthering Waves has things that Genshin's story intrigues me in ways that Wuthering Waves story doesn't, and Wuthering Waves story intrigues me in ways that what Genshin's story doesn't. I don't understand why the people liking both is such a foreign concept to people. I understand Genshin is objectively worse than Wuthering Waves, but look. I like what I like. I like Genshin. I do like Genshin's story. When they're not doing these fucking happy-go-lucky, everybody have fun with mushrooms type bullshit. When they actually update the main story, I actually enjoy it. Um, which is something that like not even Wuthering Waves is like they need to update the main story every fucking patch so that people have something to do. Um, it's something everybody has something to look forward to. Every every patch, right? Second thing that I think another thing that they need to do is they need to add and a lot they need to add more game modes that isn't just sweat. It's like hardcore sweat modes. Like I know the Bang Boo Fall Guys was something that a lot of people liked. I wasn't a big fan of it, but I know it's something that a lot of people liked. I mean, I just don't like Fall Guys in general, but I understand the want for it. People like it, and actually, you know what? I actually think Zenless Zone Zero is the best at their events because they always try something new. They always put in a bunch of new wacky shit in, and it can hit, it can miss, but at least they're trying new stuff, right? And I do that is something I do appreciate with Zenless. So bringing back old modes, bring back putting game modes in that aren't necessarily sweat fest. They're just fun, shit you can do, like the Fall Guys thing would be pretty good. Um, what's another thing that I hope they can? Oh, that's just my phone. Another thing that I hope they can address is uh, is there anything else that I really care about? Main story, every update, power creep, and game modes. Yeah, I think that's basically it for me. I don't really, I'm a very low maintenance type of gamer. I don't really need much to enjoy. But yeah, that's basically what I hope from the patch. But let's actually check the devs, see what they talked about, see what's going on in here.
Hello everyone, I'm White.
Oh
Welcome
shit!
to today's Dev Talk. It's been nearly a year since the official
Oh shit! He's talking in English.
Zero, and we like.
Hey, W Man, the first developer that's actually trying to speak in English, for this event. For this, WY. That's actually I actually appreciate that. He's actually trying to speak English. I actually appreciate that.
All proxies for their support. Our team will also like to use this opportunity to share with you some of the development progress for version 2.0 and our plans for the future of zenless Zero. In season 2 story,
Okay, season 2 story.
Follow the protagonist.
I'm actually hyped for season 2 of Zenless. Mainly because they hinted at that Faithin actually getting stronger as a protagonist, that them actually going into the hollow themselves and actually doing things. Which I actually think is pretty interesting. I think that would be very interesting if they actually make Faithin a playable character, and how that dynamic would work. That's if they do it. I don't know if they're actually going to do it, but story wise, that's what they're doing. They're making the character stronger, which would be pretty interesting if they can actually do some cool shit in the story, because it's implied that they're very smart. So it'd be very interesting if they can actually get strong too.
To a unique area within,
and also their eyes. Like, they need to talk about their eyes more.
Which will be the main stage for the story of version 2.0. Wi-Fi Peninsula is a district of the Throne Quarter, near the Lemnian Hollow. The earlier settlers of this region were tasked to monitoring the highly volatile Lemnian Hollow, and the name Wi-Fi is derived from the Cantonese characters for protect and anomaly. From the phrase,
as much as I do appreciate this guy trying to speak English, I really do appreciate this guy's actually trying to speak to the global audience in the language that they understand. I can't really understand him. Hey, look, call me racist, but like, bro, I can't really understand.
Protection from the anomaly called the Hollows. Later, an outpost was established here, which then became the city area Phalium Heights. Phalium Heights was built at the top of the cliff, overlooking the bay. With
we're getting Liyue and Zenless now. We're getting the obligatory Chinese area in the Hoyo game. Lovely. I think it's like statutory at this point. Like, any Hoyo game, I don't know if it's in Honkai Impact 3rd, but apparently in any Hoyo game, you need the obligatory Chinese area. Like in Genshin, it made sense because it was based on regions in the actual world, like, Mondstadt, Germany, Liyue, China, Inazuma, Japan, Fontaine, France. But even in fucking Honkai Star, which involves space, there's the Chinese area, and now we're in Zenless, which is in a completely fictional world, but there's still the Chinese area.
Meanwhile, our protagonists will encounter agents from various factions and embark on brand new adventures.
That's also something I really hope they do, because one thing Honkai Star, Genshin, and especially Honkai Star, Genshin does this as well. I think Honkai Star was very bad at this, and that's making sure every character is brought back at some point in the main story, not the side quests, right? Zenless has done a pretty good job of making sure all the characters have shown up at least a couple times in the story. But that's also because there's just not that many characters in the game at the moment. Right. So I really think so. I guess another point I can add to this is I really hope that they don't do what Honkai Star did and bring new characters every fucking patch. Like I'm fine with reruns. Like everybody's fine with more reruns, right? We don't need new characters every fucking patch. We're good. Like bring more reruns. We do that's fine, right? It's very hard to tell a cohesive story when you have 90 fucking characters you need to think about. Like don't oversaturate the fucking character roster, right? That's my only hope. Like I would say in my humble opinion, I would say 5 to 6 characters every year would be fine. Right? I feel like that's manageable, right? At the same time, they also got to line their pockets. So that's why they release new characters every year. So I guess I don't know. I don't know. I mean, that's probably not going to happen because characters drive the money. But but hey, once again, I feel like if they just made more skins and put more skins in the game and put a lot of effort into making really, really, really good skins that not only just change the idle animations, they change the effects of the characters and all that. If they make really good skins and just pump those shits out, I feel like they can make a return, even when they don't need to release a new character every fucking patch. Like I would say have a rerun patch where it's just 2 characters on reruns and no new character, and then just drop like 3 skins, and that won't make as much. It won't, but it'll still reap some good rewards.
For example, that Way Seeker with yellow cape we
Who
saw
the fuck?
earlier is none other than Yi Xuan, the current leader of Yunhui Summit. She will make her debut as a key character in Season 2. As the story unfolds,
Who the fuck was that?
catalysts will gradually uncover her mysterious past and become a new disciple of Yunhui Summit. Yi Xuan will become
Are we about to go
Lord Jie's
monks?
support and guide us in her craft as our mentor, helping us explore the hollows directly. Beside Yi Xuan, who oversees Yunhui Summit, the defense forces.
Oh shit, I just noticed the timestamps at the bottom. Okay, so they outlined what they're going to talk about. So they have the story, which is what he's talking about now, of the Chinese era, Yu Shen. I think that's what he said. Was that the name? I'll get back to it. Game experience, I don't know what that entails. Content optimization, I'm assuming that's like events. Combat design, okay. Event design, okay, that's events. I don't know what the fuck this is. Oh, I guess it's just like quality of life stuff then probably. Early character planning. Well, I don't know what the fuck that means. And then developers notes. Okay, that's gonna be interesting. Let's see.
Oboe squad that we all familiar with, as well as the previously
Trigger
revealed
best girl.
idol faction,
I don't care what anybody says.
Illusion,
Trigger is
will
best girl.
all
That's
be
my
making
fucking
their
wife, bro.
appearance in Season 2. We've prepared a Season 2 teaser trailer to be released on April 13th. More information
damn well, everybody's gonna be watching that
will
shit.
also be revealed
I'm gonna be
there.
watching that. I'm gonna be waiting for that shit. Compared to the regular, what's so special about the content of season 2? Okay.
For the content direction of Season 2, will not just be simply adding more characters and areas. We've been taking feedback from our practice very seriously and incorporated this feedback into our design philosophy, making an adjustment from the ground up.
I will say Zenless Zone Zero definitely is definitely lacking goodwill purely because of association, because of it is a Hoyo game, right? And and don't get me wrong, I think it's very valid to not want to invest into Zenless Zone Zero because Hoyo fucked up for a lot of people, not for me specifically, but I would say. I mean, Hoyo fucked up Genshin Impact. Hoyo fucked up Honkai Star Rail. I've heard they fucked up Honkai Back Third, but I've never touched that game. I have no clue what the fuck's going on with that game. So I've heard they fucked that up. So why would you not think they're gonna fuck up Zenless Zone Zero, right? But like I said, for me, I judge things based on what they are, not what they're associated with. I understand it is a Hoyo game, but right now I'm having fun with it. And let's say next year it becomes a new Honkai Star Rail. I'll just uninstall. It's not that big a deal. But I do think Zenless Zone Zero definitely has to put in more effort than Honkai Star Rail and Genshin if they want to stand out. Because it is a Hoyo game, and let's just keep it real. Hoyoverse is the public enemy number 1, which is deserved. They deserve to be with how they've treated their other games. But it's just something I feel about when it comes to Zenless, because I do actually really like this game. It's my favorite gacha game right now. And in terms of like actual game, it is actually like one of my favorite games right now. Like, I actually really enjoy Zenless right now.
I'll be sharing some of the results with you all during the program. The most noticeable change is in the map design. We've completely revamped the entire map experience.
Oh, really? How do you do that?
Integrate the residential areas with combat zones at the system level, providing a more fluid and engaging gameplay experience.
In the residential areas too?
First,
like, I could walk around 6th Street and just beat the motherfuckers up? I don't know.
We made the area much
or can we enter the hollows from the residential? That'd be pretty interesting.
While allowing for potential expansion in future versions, while also reducing loading times caused by scene transitions. The new daily system will also be designed to match the
trying to reduce load times? That's actually that's bold. Area. Especially because this game's supposed to run on mobile. That's actually bold.
Helping Yunhui Summit manage various aspects of 随便 Temple will also be a part of our new life. This new gameplay features management simulation elements.
Are we getting our Zenless getting the Zenless? Is Zenless getting the Serenity pot?
Areas with exploration areas and creating a smoother experience. As for the visuals, with the help and the careful maintenance of the properties, 随便 Temple will gradually be restored to its former glory. Plus, various elements such as holes, scratch cards will take on new forms that match the vibes of 随便 Temple. The frequently mentioned loading issues has also been resolved in Feilong Heights.
Also, another thing that I said that they need to work on is the UI. Now, me personally, I have zero problems with the UI. I actually think the UI is kind of overhated, because I can maybe point out one or two things that people might have problems with when it comes to UI. But the fact is, a lot of people apparently have a problem with the UI. So that is something that I do think they need to address. If not now, definitely in the future. But me personally, I think Zenless has. I mean, at the same time, I play Zenless with a controller. I play most of these games with a controller. I'm gonna be honest. The only games I play with mouse and keyboard are first-person shooters, and third-person shooters. Basically, just shooters. I don't play anything else. I play with a controller, because I'm not trying to have a carpal tunnel at 30. So yeah, I play everything with a controller. Shooters I play with a mouse and keyboard, right? And I won't lie. When you're playing with a controller, I think Zenless's UI is, honestly, I think it's the best. It's so fluid. You barely have to. The menuing is so easy because all the options are mapped to a specific button. So it's a lot easier to get through the menu. I actually really like the UI in Zenless. But just because I like it doesn't mean it's not objectively an issue. So it is something that I do think they need to address. But me personally, I do think the UI is kind of overhated.
Previously, due to a limitation in the underlying design, the video store that properties see from outside along the street does not match the actual size of the video store from within.
Do people actually care about that?
We need a loading screen to bridge the interior and the exterior of the store.
Oh, okay, it's called the loading screen.
In Feilong Heights, however, returning home is no longer a process that requires waiting. Additionally, we've optimized the pathway in Feilong Heights.
So Feilong Heights is essentially going to be another hub that we can stay in, and I think what they're trying to get at is like you're probably going to spend more time there because there's going to be less loading screens.
Ensuring that overall experience will become smoother and more fluid. Next, let's take a look at the ancient ruins of the Aerospace City, located within the Lemnian Hollow. Although the Aerospace City has long been devoured by the Hollow, the ether stable area at its edge is still being used to mine and produce porcelain. In version 2.0, we will begin our exploration of the Lemnian Hollow from the edge of the Aerospace.
That's why we still got like 1.7 and then 1.8 before 2.0, right? Or am I crazy? Are we just getting 1.7 then going straight to 2.0? My mind is so Genshinified that I'm sitting there thinking, oh, if it doesn't end with a 0.8, we're not going to 2.0. We're not going to the 0.0. My mind is so Genshinified, it's actually insane. It's probably going to end at 1.7 and then go to 2.0.
Space City, with the past few versions as precious learning experience, its overall design will be more refined, with larger explorable areas, more robust systems, and more streamlined guidance. One distinct improvement is that after completing their training at 随便 Temple, the proxy siblings no longer needed to return to the video store to access the hollows through the HDD system.
Okay,
Instead,
that's actually
they
pretty
can
good.
now travel more conveniently between Alien Heights and the Aerospace City. The craft they will learn will also be of great help in the
My only issue with this is I feel like it's gonna have a similar situation with Wuthering Waves, where the newer area is gonna have the premium optimization and traversal, and going back to like 6th Street is just not gonna be that. It's not gonna be that intuitive. It's not gonna be that enjoyable because it's not gonna have those optimizations. And I'm not saying that they shouldn't add it. They definitely should, but it just feels like they should also try to find a compromise with 6th Street. I'm not saying like they should I'm not saying like they should add everything from there to 6th Street because they might have to do a lot of overhauling for that to be the case. But what was I gonna say? But it will definitely affect how much you do go back to 6th Street.
their future hollow explorations. While we've added new areas, the travel system wasn't just simply expanded upon. In Season 2, we've redesigned the travel system, changing from the original sliding area selection system to a larger map format. Also improving the UI experience. We also added a mini-map to the interface, along with the navigation features. Proxies can now
So they are addressing the UI. That's actually okay.
select their
That's actually pretty big.
more quickly and gain a clear understanding of new Eridu's geographical layout. Regarding plot structure, we've also noticed that since special episodes and basin stories are relatively independent story units, the current narrative structure results in weaker connections between plot points, resulting in a disjointed.
That's also what I've been saying. Why do the special episodes exist? I've been saying that from the beginning. Why do they exist? I understand the Asian stories, like sure, but like why do the special episodes? What purpose do they have? They're just disjointed stories that have nothing to do with the main plot. Like why are they there? So I'm glad that they're addressing that.
Viewing experience. In future versions, we will merge special episodes and facing stories together, putting more focus on developing the connection between the various agents and the main storyline.
I think with gacha games, like Paramount, I think it is Paramount that they put the most effort in the story. That and not just in how good it is, the storytelling, and how accessible it is, and how easy it is to understand. I think that is the most paramount thing for these games because that is what most of the casual people are going to be playing it for, right? Sweats like me who enjoy the hardcore endgame modes like Deadly Assault, Endless Tower, that can keep me in the game for longer when the story isn't my thing. But if I have a case like Genshin, right? If the main story isn't being updated, I don't touch the fucking game, right? So like, the main story is paramount. Like they need to put most of the resources into making the main story the best thing ever, right? And that's why I constantly say like every gacha needs to do this. Honkai Star Rail, Genshin, not even Wuthering Waves does this. They need to update the main story every single patch. They need to do that shit.
While also deepening the proxies environment, we will also steadily update the main storyline with each version.
I swear to God, this is not pre-watched. I swear to God, this is not pre-watched. What the fuck, bro? Thank God. Thank you. Oh my God. That's actually huge for me. Honestly, no, that is actually huge for me. The fact that they're going to update the main story every single patch, that is actually like, bro, that gives me something to be excited for every patch. No matter, even if the events are trash, knowing that the main story is going to be updated every patch, it's going to be that's like my biggest attractor, right? So like that is actually huge.
While ensuring that we do not compromise on its narrative quality. In addition to ongoing gameplay improvement, our team has also been constantly exploring the idea of bringing zenless non-zero to users on more platforms. What I can reveal right now is that Zenless Non-Zero is being prepared for launch on the Xbox platform. We'll share more info.
So that wasn't an April Fool's. It's legit going on Xbox. Wow, that's actually funny. that's big. So what? Is Zenless gonna be on Steam? Would Hoyo even allow that? Because I swear the fact that they made like the Hoyo launcher was so that they don't need to go on Steam. So like, are they gonna release it on Steam? If that's the case, what's the point of the Hoyo launcher? You know what I mean? Well, I guess it's more of a convenience thing, so that all the games are right there. You don't need to go to Steam. But at the same time, I think for Zenless it makes sense to go to other platforms. But for Honkai Star Rail and Genshin, I don't think they need to go to other platforms. As much as people don't like, those games are still very massive and still very popular, and they are still the driving force of the gacha games right now. They make the most amount of money, and money equals power. So I know people, I know money doesn't equate to quality, but at the same time, money is power, and they make the most money. So that's just the fucking truth.
Significantly diminishes the presence of the characters other than the main DPS. What should be a 3-person tactical squad?
Wait, what? Current combat system, okay.
Combat design significantly diminishes the presence of the characters other than the main DPS.
That's actually very true. That's actually very true. Like you're on the main DPS more. It's like Zenless combat is very reminiscent of PGRs, where you're on your main DPS majority of the time, and then you just switch to your supports, like just to use their skills. You know what I mean? Which honestly, me personally, I don't think that innately is bad, right? I don't want the combat to be a mirror of Wuthering Waves, where you're just switching the characters every 3 seconds, right? Which, don't get me wrong, that once again, that innately isn't bad. I think it's good. Wuthering Waves combat is good, but I don't want it to be a carbon copy of Wuthering Waves combat, where you're just constantly switching characters every 3 seconds to get the value out of the characters. You know what I mean? I think Zenless's combat right now is actually very enjoyable. It does need tweaks, but me personally, there is a lot of fun in Genshin, not Genshin, in Zenless's combat right now.
Feels more like a solo operation. So for the character combat design in Season 2, we will enhance the functionality and performance of non-DPS characters.
How are you going to do that?
When agents are switched out, they can still remain on field and contribute to combat.
So there's gonna be more triggers. Okay.
Of their combat performance, while not affecting the player's control of the on-field agent. Another possibility is adding new attack and defense mechanics for enemies. Specific
that's actually interesting.
Might require specific counter strategies that require
that's actually huge
from different characters in your squad, or in certain special combat areas. Enemies can gain certain advantages through specific conditions.
That's actually very interesting, because now they're actually thinking of adding new mechanics to the enemies, which is something that's unheard of when it comes to Hoyo games. Like, they don't touch the enemies. Basically, the way they make the enemies harder is they just slap on like 40% more HP, which Zenless has. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. Zenless does have HP inflation. Like, you're lying if you're gonna sit here and act like Jane Doe is doing the same amount of damage as when she released. But the fact that they're thinking about adding new mechanics, that is very interesting. Obviously we'll know when we see it. But I think it's very simple. Just buff old characters, bring down the HP, and then you can start adding the new mechanics. But I definitely think like they need to, first and foremost, just bring down the HP. Like, that shit cannot be that high.
Of course, some of these are just preliminary ideas, while others might make an appearance in the version 2.0 special program. However, the ultimate goal of these optimizations is to enhance overall synergy between characters, elevating both combat and visual experience to the next level.
The insights design direction of upcoming version events. Okay.
To sum up, in our future development plans, we are aiming to optimize events in 3 aspects.
Bro, Zenless's music is always a vibe.
We'll continue improving on existing game modes,
okay,
such as Grand Muscle Adventure, Bamboo vs. Israel, and so on, to make them more fun for players.
So they're bringing back the Fall Guys and the tower defense. They need to improve the tower defense. I won't lie, the tower defense kind of sucked. they do need to improve the tower defense, but it can be fun. they're bringing bro. I swear to God, this is not pre-washed. I swear to God, this is not pre-washed.
At the same time, we'll be rolling out more exciting new gameplay. In future versions, we might see casual duels between bamboos, or even get to control a giant bamboo.
You know what they should do with the bamboos? Bro, this just popped in my mind. This literally just popped in my mind. You know what they should do with the bamboos? I swear to God. Yo, does anyone played to anyone that's played Sonic Adventure 2, or I think it's Sonic Adventure 1, bro, the Chow Garden, they need to do that with the bamboos, where you can raise your own bamboo, stylize it, customize it, and it's just following you in the world. Like, why don't they have a bamboo pet yet? Why don't we have a bamboo that's following us right now? Bro, Zenless, I'm just making content for you. Bro, a bamboo raising simulator. You raise a bamboo, you design it yourself, you color it yourself, and it follows you around in the overworld. Bro, I'm just making content for these guys. I would do that shit. Just a Chow Garden for bamboos.
Events featuring our adorable bamboo, we will also introduce some slow-paced, relaxing events to enrich Proxy's everyday life outside of the main story, such as spending joyful moments with agents at hot pot restaurants, movie theaters, and more. We also hope that beyond
yes,
the
more dates. We love that.
combat events.
Bro, another thing they should do, I don't know why these gacha games don't do it. Just let us actually date some of these characters. Bro, just let us actually enter in a relationship with these characters. Like, I don't get it. It doesn't need to affect the main story. It could be something on its own on the side. Just let us be in an actual relationship with one of the characters. I don't know why they don't do it. That would farm the parasocials. I don't know why they don't do it. Just like, let us actually be in a confirmed official relationship with some of these characters in game. That would farm the parasocials, bro. Can you imagine the revolution that would happen in the Genshin Impact community if they would let you actually be in a relationship with Hu Tao? Like, bro, just let it happen. Just let us be in a relationship with these characters, and then it could be like how they do it in Persona, right? Where it's just on the side. It doesn't really affect the main story. It's just there you just do it on its own on the side. Like, why not just let us do it? I don't get it.
Players can also take a breather to enjoy the lighter story events. Every character
All
is
the
the
characters,
result of our team's blood, sweat, and dedication. Our team has put in quite a bit of effort to ensure characters are relatively future-proof and have long-term value.
Yeah, releasing Miyabi says otherwise. I don't know about that one, Chief. It's kind of hard to believe that when you released a character like Miyabi. I don't know about that one, Chief.
Showcasing a character's charm isn't just about mindlessly beating up their stats, while maintaining each character's unique traits. We will strategically.
Okay. So I had this in the back of my mind. I really did. I had this in the back of my mind. I was like, are they gonna use the Lost Void as a way to beta test introducing new shit for older characters? Like, because if you look at it, the only people who are in the Lost Void where they have all these enhanced techniques are older characters, other than Miyabi and Yanagi. But other than those two, they're all like older characters, like Billy, Corin, Jane, Ellen. Like, it's all older characters, and I guess Astra Yao too. But it's like, it's really just all older characters. So it's like, is that like how they're gonna beta test? Is that how they're gonna beta test older characters and bring in new unique things? Which I'm all for it. I think that makes sense.
Enhance their unique traits, rather than just simply boosting their damage output. For example, we'll supplement or even rework certain skills and their effects, tailoring them to each character's experience. Besides that, we'll also consider each character's role.
I can tell you exactly how to fix Miyabi right now. They need to let you charge her ice attacks without using her charged attack. They need to find a way to let you build up her ice attacks without using the charged scissor attack, because that shit takes way too long. It's cumbersome. It kind of ruins the flow. It really does. So like, they need to let you unless that's one of her constellations. That might be one of her constellations. If it is, fuck. But if it's not, then they need to allow easiest fix to Ellen is just let us build the ice attacks without needing the fucking scissor cut.
Very seriously, while strengthening the characters, we will also take into consideration their compatibility with other characters in future versions. In terms of storytelling, we hope that our characters, even those have already been released, can showcase their own unique charm. In version 1.7, for example, we'll get to see quite a few scenes between Lycan and Hugo. These interactions are crucial for the character's emotional investment in the long run.
I can tell you exactly how to improve your storytelling right now. Every scene where you want to use the comic strips, use animated cutscenes. Every scene where you want to put a PNG, use the comic strips, and just add a little bit more in between, right? Just so that, because the problem isn't just the bloated dialogue. I mean, Zenless doesn't really have bloated dialogue. Not, at least not to my not that I've noticed. It doesn't really have too much. But even if it is bloated, it can be more enjoyable when how you're presenting it is more digestible. You know what I mean? Right? Just have more animated cutscenes, more of the comic strips, and less of the standing and then idle animation 1 to idle animation 2 to idle pose 3. You know what I mean? Just it's really basic.
We hope that every character can find a purpose that belongs solely to them in different corners of New Everyton. Although it might be challenging to do this well, we'll continue to work hard to create more meaningful relationships between characters and players, or even take their bond to the next level.
What else can you tell the players? Okay.
As a new team, we've admittedly fell short in the earlier stage in terms of both narrative and gameplay elements. We've been working hard to make improvements, continuously incorporating feedback from proxies and optimizing our content. Thank you, proxies, for your continued patience, feedback, and support. In future content updates, we will prioritize ensuring content quality and humbly continue to welcome feedback and guidance from our proxies with the utmost respect. We hope Season 2 will bring proxies a more complete and smoother experience. If you encounter any issues with gameplay experience, we hope you will share more feedback through the official community channels. Your feedback and suggestions are crucial for our future content development. See you next time.
See, as much as we want to believe that, you are a Hoyo game, and HSR just put something in the game that quite literally everybody told them not to do. So, it sucks. It sucks. It's a different team, but at the same time, it's the same executives. So, only time can tell. And it sucks. I do want to have more blind faith, but at the same time, it is a Hoyo game. As much as I do love Zenless, and I do hope the game is very good in not just the next year, the next 3 years. Hoyo game, the Hoyo's track record proves otherwise. But and still at the same time, I'm loving Zenless in the moment. I'm currently enjoying the fuck out of it. I'm excited for all these changes. I do have hope for the devs. And we'll see, because these devs has not done anything wrong as of yet. So I do think it's wrong to just say that they're going to fail when they themselves haven't done anything wrong. So yeah, I'm hopeful for these devs. I am really hopeful for the devs. I think this is pretty good. I do think this is pretty good. I'm excited. I'm excited for 2.0.